So
Uh,
happy Friday. I see Jasmine and Barb, and hopefully Molly will join us. So, Jasmine, where are you?
I'm in a bluebell forest in England.
Wow, that's gorgeous. Looks,
Yeah, spring.
is it spring in Atlanta yet?
Yes, as of today.
Are you
Yeah.
sneezing?
Sorry?
Are you sneezing?
Yes.
Is there yellow everywhere?
Yes. Yeah.
Where are you, Barb?
In my living room in Atlanta. I'm leaving in 3 weeks.
Okay. And is it do you have sneezing at this time of year?
Not much.
That's good. Probably used to it.
Runny nose, that's about it.
We're still I noticed the tiny little buds starting on the tree, but we're still kind of getting well, this weekend we're having 60s, but then, we get a little dusting of snow. So it's like, you wear shorts and the sun's out and then it snows and then the sun's out and it's 70 and you can ride your bike and then it snows and so but it's fun. The sun is always out. It's not cloudy and gloom and doom. So it looks always nice. And then you get out there and you're like, oh gosh, it's 28 degrees. I probably should have brought a jacket. But
It's
okay.
68 here right now.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, well let's see. I figured we would continue with our buckets if that's what people would like to do. Okay, has anybody done any homework or practiced on their own or anything?
I tap to music with my hands.
Nice. And any questions about last week's stuff? We can start with that, but then I want to get to some new stuff. How did it go for you, Jasmine? Did you follow along?
Yeah, it was okay. I keep looking for songs that are in triplets, but everything I listen to is too fast.
Yeah. Well, a slow blues would be good, just like a real slow, repetitive blues. You could probably just go on YouTube and say slow blues and see what you get. Um, okay, so my shirt is new. So because remember I have four new ones so far. You've seen two. Well, actually, I got five new ones, but one of them's Christmas, so I figured I'd wait and save
I
that one.
love that one.
Okay, so here's this
Yes.
is the Happy Cat, and they're going. I already had the ramen one. This one's more sushi-ish. So we've got the cats that are, having sushi. There's a sushi roll. Ooh, a fish turned into a sushi roll. And so anyway, it's kind of fun.
Love that one.
Yeah, so I've got several, and becoming famous at my little band that I go to on Thursday nights. Now I've got other people ordering shirts. Pretty soon, all of us are gonna have shirts, and they're gonna be like, "Who started this?" But anyway, that's kind of fun. So let's see. I think I'm gonna share my screen here.
Have you looked at TJ Maxx lately? They have adorable at the checkout line 99-cent cat bags that are wonderful. You've got to go see them.
Really?
Yes.
What's a cat bag?
They're like flat bags that you can put all kinds of junk in, but they're 99 cents and they change them all the time, the designs.
Oh.
You want to see these? They're cute.
Okay. Who knew? I saw a cute thing the other day on Instagram, which I was telling my mom about. I'm gonna have to find it. It's this picture of this cat looking all dejected, and he's got his little head on his owner's leg, and he's just looking so pathetic. And then the caption comes up, and it said, my dad wants to adopt me out. My dad wants to drop me on the side of the road. And then,
Oh,
and then all of a sudden he turns his little head up at his dad, and then you see the caption, that's not what I said. I said no more treats. You've already had 10 today. And then the cat's like, same thing or whatever. So he was like equating being thrown out the window because
funny.
because his dad said no more treats because he already had 10. But it was just hilarious because the cat's little face, you could just tell that's what probably he was thinking, like, oh, my life is terrible because I got cut off on my kitty crack. Those treats are really very addicting. My cat, every morning, she's just so excited for her one treat.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's chattering up a storm and jumping all over the place. And once I give it to her, she's happy. She runs off and goes and takes a nap. So, but she would try for more if she could, but she knows I'm not gonna push over because they're really not good for them. So, but anyway, you
I was
gotta
going to show you this bag, but I think I packed it already.
Oh,
okay. Well, if
I'll
you
send you a link to this cat meow translation app. You can get
nice.
it's one way though, because as he says, the cats aren't really caring what you're saying, but it will translate their meows.
Funny. Well, you know what my cat does every time I leave. She's gotten so used to me never leaving very much. Um, Even if I go out to get the mail, she'll have this very characteristic change in her meow, and she'll start dragging around one of her toys that has a long stick and it looks like a fluffy bird or a feather thing. And I think she's bringing me a present, sort of like, when you come back home, here's what I've captured for you so you won't leave us, anymore. But she has this very weird meow. Sometimes if I could be in the other room, but she doesn't know where I am. And so she starts with this meow and she starts dragging this thing all over the house. It's really funny. And my mom tells me that she meowed the whole time you were gone. I'm like, oh, geez, I can't even go to the grocery store, you know? I guess she loves me. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to share. We'll start with the one we did before, but then we'll readily get into some new stuff. So this was well, that's the new stuff. Let's hold off on that just yet and do the other one as a little warm up. Yeah, here we go. So just to kind of review, let me scroll down so you can actually see this. Okay, just to review kind of our little legend, because it's always important to know everybody's little legend is slightly different. This one makes pretty good sense in that the center is going to be that lowest line here, space rather. The next one up is the side, and they're not really telling us whether it's the right side or the left side, so it could be either depending on whatever hand you want, unless they tell us they want a right or a left. And then the one at the next space up is the rim. So those, we've got the center, the side, and the rim. And it almost sounds, like low, especially with mine because I've got my tape here. I've got a low, middle, and a high. It actually kind of is pitched. So let's just kind of warm up with maybe a few of these. I think we can skip some of the more easy ones and maybe get to, let's do 14 here. And so we've got a center, and it looks like a rim. So the right hand, if you're a righty, you might want to start with your right hand. If you're a lefty, you might want to put your left hand there. But they're kind of suggesting, right hand in the center, left hand on the rim. And it's just going to be like 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So why don't we play it about 8 times? I'm going to mute all of you, or you're muted. Good. Okay, and we'll just play it. Well, we'll play it for a while. So 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2. Okay, so that one's a good one, and that's a common one. It's almost like the we will rock you beat, We will that's a really catchy one. Everybody likes that one. Let's look at another one that's kind of fun and common is number 16 here. And so we've got the right hand always on the center. The left hand is up on 2 and 4 on the rim. And this is like a typical rock beat. So if we counted this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the right hand is just kind of playing 1 and instead of a real rock beat would be like 1 and both and 3 and both. But we're not doing the both. We're just doing center, center, rim, center, 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 rim, center. Okay, so let's try this one. 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So we're going to go 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4. All right, common, common, common. Those two beats alone, you can play most everything on the radio. So maybe different tempos or slower. But those two beats are super incredibly common, and you can play along to most sort of rockish kind of stuff. Let's see. I think for now we'll skip the triplets and jump down to some of these. So now this is where we have, let's do another one that's pretty similar. Number 12. So the only thing that's different about 12 than what we did a minute ago is we got this extra note right here at the end. So instead of going 1 and 2, 3 and 4, we've got an and. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So we just have one extra note, but it's going to change the flavor quite a bit. We're still in the same spot. So instead of going 1 and 2, 3 and 4, we're going 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and then we start over. So let's just try this one. 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, not too terrible. Let's see. Let's find another one that's similar. Let's look at number 9. So number 9 is, again, not too terrible. So instead of going 1 and 2, and then we would have 3 and 4, what we did a minute ago, we just have a single 3. But we still have our 4 and. So it's kind of like almost a combination of the two that we just did. So this one's going to go 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and our same place. So let's just see what happens with this one. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Okay. Not too terrible, not too terrible. Any of them jump out? Any favorites? Any that you've tried that you like or that you'd like to try? Special requests?
How about 13?
Ooh, all right. Challenging. Okay. So first of all, the rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 4 and. Okay, the good news is right hand is always on the center. Left hand is always on the rim, so we don't have to do any crazy manipulation around. We don't have any sides. And so it's just a matter of putting the stick in the right location and playing the rhythm. So maybe let's break it down and go 1 and 2 and 3, and then we'll rest for right now. 1 and 2 and 3, rest. And we'll just repeat that until we get it, and then we'll add the last part. So it's going to be like this: 1 and 2 and 3, rest. 1 and 2 and 3, rest. Center, rim, rim, center, center, rest. Center, rim, rim, center, center, rest. 1 and 2 and 3, rest. 1 and 2 and 3, rest. 1 and 2 and 3. Now, if we want to add that last little part, what we have is just after the 3, 4 and. But the tricky part is the 4 and continues on. So there's going to be this long stretch, and then there's sort of like a pause here on 3 because it's a quarter note. It gets a little bit longer. And so this part you have to immediately get your eyes over here again. And so sometimes it's hard for people to keep track of, like, well, where's 1? When I'm in the middle of this long stretch of stuff, how do I count? How do I keep track? They get lost. They're like, how many measures are we on? Where do I stop? You can kind of get lost in the rhythm, but I'll always count like right here, 1, or then when we come back, 2, 3, so we can keep track of where we are, but it's going to be like right in the middle of this whole long string. So that's the thing that kind of freaks people out. It's really not terrible, but I think it's one of the things that people kind of like, they get to the end and then they're like, by the time they realize, oh, I have to keep going, you're late, So you have to kind of anticipate the next little part, or you can just put this and put it next to each other and string it along so you can see, how it really looks. But that little bar line, even though it separates the measures, the phrase continues over. So each time you do like a little phrase, some of them end really nice and clean, like number 14, the phrase boom boom ba boom ba ba boom boom, and the phrase kind of ends. But with this one, this little part kind of continues on. So it's like you're talking a sentence over, the period. If you'll think of it like that, like a sentence and then it stops, you're kind of like, there's a period, but what you're saying continued on. It's like a run-on sentence, So it's a little bit, might freak people out, but it's not too bad. Let's try it. 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it kind of leaves you hanging there. But it's got that nice going on. So that's it's like a heartbeat, when it's got that nice little boom, 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 boom. Okay, any others that are particularly interesting?
16.
Oh, right. Okay, so 16. So now it looks a little scary, but if you think about it rhythmically, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's just consistent, like if we were playing it on one surface, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But the tricky part is we've got, well, the good news is, again, the right hand is always on the center. Left hand is always on the rim. No sides, so we don't have to maneuver around. Maybe we'll slow it down a little bit. So it's going to be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so let's try it. 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and I had a little blip in there where my mind wandered. So these require a little bit of concentration, So, like, if I start thinking about something else, sometimes I can think about other things when I get going with a beat. But, like, there was a point in there where I was like, I started thinking of something else, and I'm like, wait a minute, I actually have to think about this. So, you do have to concentrate at times. So, any others? We can go on to the next little thing if I think we'll skip that. Let's kind of look at maybe the 3 sounds. So this is where we get to add some side in here. So let's see. Let's start with one that's not too terrible. Let's try number 14 here. So if we look at it carefully, it's a rhythm we've done before. We just did it. The only thing that's new and different is, notice if you look carefully, these little note heads are on the second space up, and these two little note heads are on the lowest one. So that means these two are on the side, which means our right hand is going to go between the center and the side. It's going to go from here to there, and it's the right hand. The left hand's just going to stay on the rim. So our rhythm is the same. It's going to be like center, center, rim, side, side, rim. Center, center, rim, side, side, rim. Let's try that. I'll just keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Let's see, another one that might be fun in the beginning. Let's do number 5. It's kind of like what we did a little while ago. The only thing that's different is this right hand here is on the side. So same thing. Our right hand is going to move from the center to the side. So our rhythm, if we were just going to play it in one spot, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now the interesting thing about this one, they wanted a left here. Okay, so that's cool. But that means the right and the right are in a row. Okay, normally if they didn't tell us that, or if we didn't know where it was going to be at, the sticking would be slightly different. So if I was going to play this straight, I would go right, left, right, right, left, right, put me back on the right hand. But they want right, left, right, left, right, right. Well, why do they want that? They want that because the right hand is going to stay on the center. And if they wrote it right, left, we'd be doing all this shifting around. And so sometimes the sticking, is meant to be helpful here. If they didn't have sticking, it'd be a little bit tricky to figure it out. But they helped us by saying, look, keep your left hand there. Only move your right hand. You don't have to be moving both hands, constantly. So our right hand's going to go from the center to the side. Let me move that little arrow out of the way. And our left hand is going to stay on the rim. So it's going to be like center, rim, side, rim, center, center, rim, side, rim, center, center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they kind of leave us hanging there. So that one's kind of different. You know, there's a little bit of moving. Let's look at number 6. Number 6 is, again, the rights are on the center, then they move to the side. The left hand stays. Our rhythm, you know, again, they're kind of helping us with the sticking. They want right, right, left, left, right, 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 left. So, but if I was going to play that and they didn't have the sticking, I would go 1 and 2 and 3, 4, right, left, left. But they want this. And why do they want it? They want it because right, right, center, center, rim, side, side, rim. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so hopefully these are going pretty well. Any special requests or people following along pretty well? Okay, I'm going to pull up the one we haven't seen. So, or I think I sent it to you, but we haven't done it yet. Let me find it here. Okay, now the cool thing about this one, and actually I'd have to read the explanation. It might be meant for more than one person. I can't remember what the description was. There's a little recording of some of these, but let's just dissect this. So this is like a little song. Number 11 is like a little song, and we're just going to take the first measure. And basically we are on the rim and we're on the center. These are 16th notes, so they go 1 E and 2. That's a quarter note, so it's really long. So da 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 da. Da 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 da. So pepperoni pizza. You know, if we had a this here, that would be our pepperoni pizza. Oh, here's our figure. If you look down here, pepperoni pizza. We've done that a million times, but we might not have seen it like that, so it might freak us out a little bit. But that's all it is. It's, you could think, oh, this is avocado toast, actually. Avocado toast. Avocado toast. So we've done that. It's just, we start on the rim and go to the center. So that's what we're doing there. Avocado toast. 1 E and a 2. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. I'm doing the E and as in the air so you can see how long that quarter note's supposed to last. You don't want to guess. That's that concept of subdivision that we've talked about before. Because if I just guess, I'm cheating that quarter note its full value. And it gets the that much. E and a. E and a. So I want to be thinking the E and A's. I'm not going to always play them in the air. But I want to think those so that I come back in on one together in the right spot, especially if I'm playing with other people. And so that's measure 1. If we look at measure 2, we just have 1 and 2. So it's 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Hot fudge. Let's see, hot fudge, something with a single syllable. So if we put those together, we've got, and then we can just repeat that over and over. And actually that's what happens. This part is the same thing again. So we have this, that, and the first part again. And then the last little measure is just like this in rhythm, but in tone, it's going to be something else. And sticking is going to be something else. Instead of 1 and 2, right, left, right, we have a right, 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 and it's on the side. So maybe let's just do the first 3 measures. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1 E and a 2, 1 and 2, 1 E and a 2. Okay, let's do that again. Ready? Here we go. 1 E and a 2, 1 and 2, 1 E and a 2, and this is what's next. Okay, the whole first line. Ready, again. Okay, next we have our old friend again and our other old friend again, just like up above it. Okay, so, we're just repeating the same old thing, and now we've got something new and different. So here's a little eighth rest. Don't let that scare us. It's just going to be one and two and. So the two is rested. So it's going to be one and two and. And they want it in rim one and two and. So that's how that measure would go. One and two and all we have at the end is a left, left, and they want it on the top, and they want it extra loud. That's what those accents are. Those little, usually the accents are above the note. Here they wrote them below the note, which is all right, but it should really be up here. And so that's our song. So maybe let's just try line 2 for now. And I gotta make sure I'm in the right spot. 1, 2, here we go. 1 E and a 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3. Oh, there's no 3. It's in 2/4. I had to see where I'm going here with that left hand. So maybe those last two measures. Let's do those last two measures. Ready? Here we go. 1 and 2 and 1. Once again. 1 and 2 and 1, 2. So we put the whole shebang together. And if you get lost, just you click along, you clap, you dance, you smile. So 1, 2. Here we go. 1 E and a 2. 1 and 2. 1 E and a 2. 1 and 2. 1 E and a 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1, 2. Okay. How'd it go? Which part's hard?
I need to practice. I just need to concentrate.
Well, the big thing is to break it down. That's the trick. Like, can I do measure 1? Okay, so let's just do measure 1. Here we go. 1 E and a 2. Once again. 1 E and a 2. Once again. We'll go like 10 times until we feel like we got it. 1 E and a 2. Here we go. 1 E and a 2. Once again. 1 E and a 2. So once we feel like, okay, I got measure 1, not so bad. Measure 2. Here we go. 1 and 2. Once again. 1 and 2. Once again. We just repeat, and we kind of keep our little metronome going. Then we combine. Can I do 1 and 2 together? 1, 2. Here we go. 1 E and a 2. 1 and 2. 1 E and a 2. 1 and 2. 1 E and a 2. Once I feel like I've got that, I'm just going to add the third measure. We won't go on, just the third measure. So 1, 2, 3. Ready? Here we go. 1 E and a 2. 1 and 2. 1 E and a 2. Repeat. 1 E and a 2. 1 and 2. 1 E and a 2. And we repeat again, but this time we're going to add the fourth one. So the whole first line. Ready? Here we go. Here we go. Now we're going to add 2 more measures because we can do these because we just did them. So we're going to do all of this till right here. We'll stop. Ready? Here we go. Now, if we got that far, let's concentrate on these last two. The tricky one is this one here. And it's really not too bad. It's got the rest in it. So it kind of freaks people out. They see that squiggle and they're like, what do I do? It's just one and rest and. Let's just do that much. And we have to think about where are we at. One and rest and. Ready again. One and rest and. Ready again. One and two and. Ready again. Right, left, rest, right. Ready, here we go. And once we can add so let's try the last two measures. 1, 2, here we go. 1 and once again. Once again. And that's how I teach people to, process it. Okay, so you don't want it to just be like, I can't do this. What's on measure 1? Can I do that? Okay, I can do that. After 10 times, if you get it right 10 times in a row, you're ready for something new. Can I do measure 2? Can I do it 10 times in a row? Can I slow it down until I get it? Okay, now 1 and 2 together. And you just keep building to where, you can do the whole thing. And then maybe there's a place where you crack or it falls apart, but can I keep going? Can I find my spot? That kind of thing. So that's the process of how, and that's the most important thing is the process. Question. I can't hear you.
Okay, so I'm doing it and I keep staring at it and seeing piano notes, but there are only 2 notes, right?
Yeah, well, there's 3. There's
3?
the in this particular song there's 3. So and that's where the color coding comes in. So like I might put a little piece of red tape on my rim, and then I would get a red pencil and I would color the top of this red. And then I maybe put a green on the center of my bucket and I would put green here. So this is on the side. And this one would be, the only thing that's on the side from what I can see right here. My eyes.
Why is it? Why are they not just doing? I guess why aren't they just doing 3? The side, the middle. They're only doing 3 then, right?
Yeah, this measure's the only one that's on the side.
No, don't look at it like we're playing music on a piano.
Well, you have to because you have to know where you're going. So, whenever you're in the low space, you're on the center. So this one's on the center. Whenever you're in the third space up, you're on the rim. Whenever
Right.
under the second space. So you do have to look at that.
Because it's with other instruments, right?
Well, you want to know where on the bucket you're playing. So you're either playing in the center. You have to differentiate the center from the rim from the side. So imagine it's like playing piano with 3 notes. And our 3 notes are center note, rim note, and side note. And so you still have to know, where you're going with it. You're not just playing on one surface, you're playing on 3. And that's the same with drum set. You got multiple things going on. Is it the bass drum? Is it the snare? Is it the cymbal? Is it the hi-hat? Is it this tom? Is it that tom? How do I differentiate? And that's where that little legend comes in handy. So this tells you,
So forget piano keys and notes.
Yeah, you don't have to have any, our pitches are already here. So it's kind of like, this would be like a C, but our C is here. C for center.
Why aren't they color coding it?
Well, because they expect you to be able to read the lines, but color coding, it does help, especially when you're first learning it. It helps to when I have a really complex piece of music, I have to color code it, like for tenors, because it's too hard for my eyes to see, is that on the space or the line? So I color code it. Plus then I can go faster, blue, green, red, 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 yellow, yellow, black, black, whatever it is. If it's slow like this, you usually can kind of see, those are all on the same spot. And then I move down to this one. So let's try another one. Let's see. I think we have enough time here. Yeah.
I know what she means, because it's us piano people always want to play the tail down notes with our left hand.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so the sticking, and basically they're kind of telling us which hand or, this is right, this is left, this is right, this is left. So it'd be kind of like your fingers,
But
you
are
know.
they all in the middle? I've been doing right. I've been doing left on the side, on the rim. So that's wrong. Those are all in the middle then.
Oh, I'm sorry, I might have misspoke. You're
Wait a
right.
minute.
I misspoke.
What?
Yeah, so let's go back to our legend. So sometimes I have to look at the legend because everybody's legend's a little different. So
I've been
you're
doing
right.
left hand.
The center is the lowest one, the rim is the highest one. So that is center. You are right. Center, I'm sorry, rim. The rim is higher pitched, center's down here. So this
So
is
all four of those notes are rims?
yeah, they're all in the same space.
Oh, I've been doing right hand middle, left hand rim. Oh, I've been doing it wrong.
That's all
Okay.
right. That's probably sounds more cool. So yeah, all of those are on the same spot on the rim. Rim, center. Rim, center. So right, left, center is that first one. Let's maybe do a different one. Let's look at number 12. So our rhythm is a little bit not as busy. So we've got 1 and 2, okay, and it's on the rim, and it's 1 and 2. Right, left, right. Right, left, right. Then we go down to the center and do the same thing. So let's see. I'm going to mute you. Oh, mute you so you can play along. So the first measure is 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Rim, center. Right, left, right. If we look at the next line, or the next measure rather, this is the side. But it's interesting that it's right, left, right, left, right, left. So we're on two sides. So we are right, left, right, left, right, left. We're on the one side of the bucket for the right hand, and the left is over here. So it's 1 E and a 2 and. Let's just do that much. 1 E and a 2 and. We're just going to repeat that much. 1 E and a 2 and. Once again. 1 E and a 2 and. Now if we complete that measure, we are back in the center. So it's going to go like this. 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4. Side. Center. 1 E and a 2 and. 1 E and a 2 and. So if we put measure 1 and 2 together, let's try that much. Ready? Here we go. Once again, rim, center, side. Okay? Then we repeat what we did in the first measure. So it shouldn't be too terrible. All right, let's try those 3 in a row. Let me get my arrow out of the way. Ready? Here we go. So far, so good. Now we have something new and different, and it's on the side. And this rhythm we've done before. It might look a little scary, but it's strawberry shortcake, okay? Or Kentucky shortcake, or whatever you want to say for that. It's I like strawberry shortcake, and then just a single note right there. And that's all going to be on the side. Strawberry shortcake, pop, the end. Strawberry shortcake, rest. Strawberry shortcake. Now you could stick that right, left, or you could go right, left, right, left. They don't tell us how they want it should be, the sticking. I think the way it's supposed to be, if it's not sticked, it would be right, right, left. But I think for beginners, sometimes right, left is easier for them conceptually. But basically, if it's not written, it's open to interpretation. So if you were playing with a group of people, you would say, hey, how do y'all want to stick that? Do you want to alternate it? Or do you want to... Because it does sound slightly different. Same rhythm, but this side, they sound, different. So you kind of, if you're trying to play with a group and you want to be similar, look similar and sound similar, you might decide. So let's try number 12, the whole thing. 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. I gotta think about it. Okay, let's do that again. Sorry about that. My eyes from far away. It's like, where is it? Ready? Here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 E and then 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and then 2 and 3. Rest. How'd it go? All right. Yeah, some of these are kind of fun. So these are page 52. And then also we can look at maybe for, I like 52 a lot. It's got some good stuff here. And so anyway, and then they start to do some different things. So like on our legend, we see these little X's and we start to add, the X's are stick clicks. So that's kind of cool. Let's just look at that for a second. 52, the one that has the stick clicks. Where was that? Oh, down here. So we've got right hand on the center and then stick clicks. So that would be like this. Oops, that's a rim shot, a bucket rim shot. But here we go. So that's kind of cool. Center, center, click, click. Center, center, click, click. That's that measure. Let's try that. Center, center, click, click. Center, center, click, click. And if you look at measure 2 there, we are all rim. So if we put those two measures together, ready, here we go. Once again. Once again. And then you notice we do this measure again. And then here we have almost the same thing except for we're dropping a note. So it's don, don, click, click, da, 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 dun, dun, don, don, click, click, da, 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 da. Okay, let's try the whole line. Ready? Here we go. Again. So it starts to, make music. It's got like a little jig to it. And then, of course, we continue on with, maybe we'll start with that. Well, we still have a few minutes. Let's see if we can finish 14. So we have that measure again, same exact one. And we have this measure again, same exact one. So the only thing that's different is our ending. And this ending might look scary. I won't go into the explanation, but let's just say it's mash, potato, pop. Okay, so we've got, and it's all on the center. So we've done that rhythm before. Mash, potato, pop. Okay, so it's, and the way that it would be, the sticking, the natural sticking would be right, left, right, left, right. They don't tell us that, but I can tell you that that's how any drummer who reads music would just do that normally. So it'd be right, left, right, left, right. So they don't need to tell us, we just know that. So maybe let's play that over and over. Mashed potato pop. Ready? Here we go. Mashed potato pop. Rest. Right, left, right, left, right. Rest. Right, left, right, left, right. Rest. Now if we put it all together, Let's just try number 14 from the top. 1, 2, here we go. So it's got a nice little groove, you know? Let's do it again. Ready? Here we go. Yeah, I like it. That one's got a nice little groove to it. Mashed potato. That's always a good little uh, syncopated rhythm. Okay, I think we are about done. Anybody have any questions, or do you still like doing the buckets or anything else? All right. Should I assign certain ones for you to look at, like for homework, and then you could have an idea to look at it ahead of time, and then we'll go through it, something like that? Yes. Okay.
Tell me again which line is which, because I'm all confused now. So the
Yeah.
bottom line, the first line.
Okay, let me show you the legend. I think I just misspoke in that one spot, so sorry about that. Didn't mean to confuse anybody, but here's the big money slide. So, center is the lowest one.
Bottom one.
The next one up is the side, and the top one is the rim. So,
Okay,
and it actually,
I want to take a picture.
yeah, and I sent you this a while back. I sent this whole thing. I could send it again,
Our
but
memories are shot.
okay. But that's going to be the big money slide. And always, if you get confused, always go back to it. Everybody has a different legend, so you know I have to refer to it too because in other people's books, it might not be that.
Uh-oh.
It might be this is this and this is that. You know, I mean, we have some consistency. Like in drum set, you know, bass drum is always down in the bottom spot. Snare drum's up the third space always. Cymbals always are, you know, this X right here type of thing. So it's different. We do have some uniformity, but then, you know, on buckets, people it's a little bit different than drum set where everybody kind of is using the same legend or pretty close. Sometimes different cymbals, people will differentiate. They'll say, okay, this is a splash cymbal. I'm going to denote it, and they'll tell you in the legend, this is meant to be splash cymbal. This is meant to be a china. This is meant to be a whatever. Different symbols. So you could have a legend of 30 things depending on your drum set. Sometimes cowbell is a little triangle. You know, it's just different things in the legend. But yay! Any questions? We're pretty much out of time.
Go to TJ Maxx,
Okay.
right by the checkout. They're on a
Okay.
wall about 20 feet long.
All right. I'll have to check it out. I never go shopping, but I might have to make a special trip. I go to the grocery store. All right. Well, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Valerie.
Don't watch the news.
True. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.